So, a new year, a new doll. I actually wasn't sure how excited I should feel about the new release of Katiegirl from JHD Company because I've had pretty mixed feelings about the Mizi dolls I've had. Really wonderful designs, beautifully planned and anticipated, but I just don't love the body, and somehow the sculpts don't do it quite as much as I hope they will. So, although they're beautiful, I tend to feel a sense of disappointment. So will I feel the same about Katiegirl Summer of Love? I really hope not, because I love the new body design. It looks amazing in photos. And who wouldn't want to get hold of some of those 1960s and retro outfits that these dolls come with?
The Katiegirl box is a little larger overall than a regular Mitzi box. It actually reminds me a bit of the R&D Susie box, the way it has this large window and the name written at the front here. I think it's quite pretty, good for display, although I don't really get why JHD makes all their dolls bent knees so that they, sort of sit down in the box. I feel like it is to make them fit in a box that is not quite long enough for them, but this box is a bit longer. I really feel that Katiegirl could have filled the whole thing. This one feels a little bit more classy than a Mitzi box. It's got the drawer with her accessories up here, quite a lot like an Integrity Toys box. I pull that out and I can see those really cute accessories with very 1970s appeal. I did notice she's Katiegirl in 1960. I really feel like this outfit is massively more 1970s than 1960s. I'm not sure if that was, choice to do it that way. A little bit odd. This hand here has a very, very strange pose when I look at these. I might have to check whether that is meant to be the pose. It looks really like almost like a claw, but other than that, I love the accessories. She's got these little gold bangles. She's got really detailed shoes with a fringe front. I'll show them a bit more when I take them out. Beautiful fringe bag, and this piece here, I'll have to check what that is, how that is meant to be worn. Maybe a belt would be my guess. I always find it so much more preferable when I can take a doll out of her box by untying the ribbons rather than by cutting heaps of strings. These ribbons are a bit difficult to undo, and actually if you have a look in the box, these ones are already come off because that has torn through the cardboard there. Not a big deal, but if you really care about the box being beautiful, then that could be a problem. These ribbons are kind of double knotted and they're a bit hard to get off, so if you're not that practiced at undoing ribbons, you may need to have scissors for this anyway. So I've pulled her out, straightened her up. I'll have to get these ones off by taking her hands off. One of the things I love about this kind of doll, so we should be able to get the hands off pretty easily. Whoops, I think I jolted the camera there because it was so stiff to get off, but it has come. If you have trouble with this at home, you might want to heat up her wrist a little bit with either hot water or with a hairdryer, which would improve that. So I've got those back on. And as you can see, she is the perfect height for this box. So I really feel like she could be attached better so that she fits, upright the whole way, because I think that would just look a bit nicer to me when she is being displayed. We can see her face now. I'll see if I can make the camera focus a little bit better on it. The reason I opted for this Katiegirl and I hadn't wanted to get any of the others before, there are a few reasons. I really thought her face looked incredibly beautiful. You can see that she has this really innocent expression along with the darker skin tone, which I really love. The outfit, I've always been really into these, really over the top 70s flares and outfits. And that was just something that really appealed. I like her hairstyle as well, and I like that headband that she is wearing. But to be honest, it was a face that did it for me. And I think I chose right. I just look at her and she's so angelic. I really love that face. I'm going to be taking off the hairnet in a sec. She has strings around her leg, so I'm just going to slip those off. And then I'm going to put her into her full outfit to get a better look at her. Was a little bit intricate and involved taking the hairnet off her hair, and you can see that some of the tendrils have come a little bit loose. I may have to find a way to tuck them in, so just if you're getting this doll, do be careful taking that hairnet off. I found it a bit challenging. It did reveal the fact that she has these really cute hanging strings from her headpiece, which I think are nice. I also love that they're different on each side. That's just a cute extra feature. There's one down the back as well. I've also taken the string off from around her legs. That hasn't really revealed much, except that of course she can move a bit better now. It wasn't terribly difficult, and one thing I appreciated taking all of these items out was that I didn't need scissors for anything. I thought that I would need scissors to get the bracelets off, but actually I just undid the loops that were in the plastic, and that was no problem at all. The only thing I haven't opened is the hands. I'm still just confused by that finger. I think I'm just going to leave them. Everything else I've taken out, ready to go on. One thing I was really interested about seeing with Katiegirl was whether she would have different hands from the Mizi ones. I do find there are a few things I don't like about the Mizi body, and one of them is the hands. I don't know that has been solved with this doll. I do think maybe they look a little bit better. What I don't like about the hands is that these super duper long nails just end up looking like claws to me. And yeah, I don't know that that's been solved, but I do think that her hands look okay. So I'm going to put all of her pieces on and see how she comes together. So here she is complete, and I've just zoomed out a bit so you can see the full doll. I think I really love all the different pieces, but actually I feel maybe just slightly disappointed when I see them all come together, because I feel like they don't quite all go as well as they looked, individually. The purse, it's quite hard to make sit really well on top of her clothing, but that said, I really do love it, and I feel like I might play around with getting it in a better position, and it will be beautiful. The belt is quite adorable. It's hard to see, but the buckle at the front is a heart, and to do it up, it's like a clip, and the heart actually splits in half, and I think that is really gorgeous. I sort of can see why they've given it to her, because it adds this extra bulk and sort of makes stand out her waist. But to me, it actually makes her, because she is meant to have, a much, a more realistic, wider figure, more curvaceous, probably the best word for it. And I feel like it just accentuates it a tiny bit too much and makes it look too much like an hourglass figure. So I might display her without the belt, but I do think that the purse, I'll be able to find a really nice way to display that. The bangles are nice, and after taking her hands off and on, they're a little bit easier the second time. I love the fabric that they have chosen for the top and the pants. I think I especially love the top. It's super short, so just be aware it kind of wants to pop up a little bit, and if that's something that bothers you, that it's showing off so much of her body, well, that's personal choice. I actually really like it. The pants I do like, but they're so over the top, so again, it's just personal choice whether you like that or whether you think it is too much. The shoes, really sweet. The straps, the tassels at the front, I love. They've got a zip at the back, making them pretty easy to get on. And yeah, really nice looking. I think, to be honest, I just can't complain about those shoes. They are lovely. So I like many things about this doll. I just feel that, maybe it didn't quite all come together exactly as I wanted, but I really love her as a package. You can see from the back, we got the same frill theme going from the back and the front. I think this outfit is just so over the top. It is just awesome. And I've just spread those down, and I think the pants look even better because, like I say, there's so much. But if you like that, wow, they are cool. And I have to say, I love it. You know, I'm really into really, really over the top themes. You know, if you're going to make a doll, it may as well be just so out there. And I think this doll achieves that. So in a sec, I'm just going to undress her, and I've just dressed her, but I'm going to undress her again because the other thing about Katiegirl is her body. I already mentioned the skinny waist and the more curvaceous look. You can see she's got a bit of a bottom. But that's like the whole doll, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that because there are a lot of things about the Mizi body. I already mentioned the hands that I don't love, but the other thing about the Mizi body that I don't love is that she's got really elongated legs. I was actually disappointed when they updated the body to the most recent design because actually they lengthened her legs and made her, to me, feel, you know, sort of fake. She is fake, but made her feel like a, super duper ridiculous fashion model. And I preferred the older one. But yeah, we'll see. So I'm going to see what the Katiegirl body is like. Going to leave on her headpiece because I do plan to display her with it. But other than that, she is, completely stripped off. I think her legs are still a little bit long, but I really like that the thighs have a bit more body to them. And I feel that makes her feel a little bit less lopsided than the Mizi doll. Her torso is obviously the area that has had the most changes to it. I mean, you can see that, she has the narrow waist, the wide hips, larger bust. That is, part of this doll, and it is hopefully going to make her display really beautifully in a whole variety of clothing. I guess a little bit like the Jean Marshall body in going for that, sort of exaggerated difference between the waist and everything else, which just really does allow the clothing to display beautifully. But I also think, it's a bit more human looking as well. Just this, stick figure look to me, I don't mind it. I have lots of dolls like that, but I don't love it either. And I think this body is actually quite beautiful. The other thing I noticed is her arms. The elbow is literally a ball, and I don't know whether you'll like that or not, but it allows for this really, really easy swiveling so that it's very smooth to move her. She still can't bend it that much, so she couldn't eat or something, but it's very easy to pose her. So I think I really like this body. I was really hoping that I would, and I do. I think it's just got some real improvements on the design, the style from, what I have seen in the Mizi doll and in many others. And I think it's going to make her incredibly beautiful to dress, although I am guessing it'll be harder to find clothing that will fit her because she probably won't fit clothing from, Poppy Parker or Fashion Royalty because of that. But that's okay because I think they're releasing enough of these dolls that we should be able to find quite a bit for them. As well as the doll and costume, we get the stand. I'm not going to take that out today. I am guessing, if we can see it from the back, it is just the same as a Mizi doll stand if you've seen one of them. So glass base and the telescoping stand, also very, very similar to a doll stand from Integrity Toys. Certificate's always nice to have. Reminder that she is from a limited edition of 530. I've got number 15. Apparently that's pretty low. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, unless you get number 1 or number 530. It probably doesn't matter, but either way, that's nice. I will leave that in the box. She has an incredibly sweet face that I just want to keep looking at, especially when it is framed by these beautiful curls and the little hair tassel. The outfit I don't know that it is authentic to 1960s or 1970s. I feel like it's more like what, in retrospect, we like to think people wore. Perhaps there was a bit of this, but either way, it is super fun. I don't think things have to be authentic for them to be awesome. And I really love nearly everything about the outfit. I have decided not to put the belt on her. You can see the half heart here, because I actually think that it detracted from the whole look. The bag I've put on slightly differently this time. I like it. Still, no, I think it totally goes. It's just a tiny bit hard to wear. The only thing I don't like is the extra hands, because they just don't. That position just seems very, very strange. The body I'm just loving. It feels weighty. It feels like, it just feels good quality to hold and solid, and her joints move really, really nicely. And I really love the appearance. I feel that it is, it just takes me away from thinking of dolls as being, these figures that are, representing something that we could never ever attain. She's like a real, sort of real body shape, but made to look amazing. I will be able to have on my shelf and really love looking at for ages. I also love the box she came in. I think it is night and day above many of the other Mitzi dolls. So please post a comment if you're planning to get hold of this doll. I think she's fantastic, and I hope that you have fun with her if you do, or maybe you might think about a Katiegirl in the future. But personally, this is my favourite doll so far from JHD.